A radar screen glows. A threat appears. Then another. Soon, dozens of hostile missiles are inbound. The air defense battery fires. Interceptors launch one by one. Trails streak across the sky. Explosions bloom in the distance. Smoke and shattered metal fill the air. 100 targets are tracked. 100 targets are destroyed. The sky is clear again. For 12 minutes, there is silence. The 101st arrives 12 minutes later. Beat. What happens when there's nothing left to fire? This is the central problem of modern air defense. They are powerful, technologically advanced, designed to save lives and protect critical assets. They can stop many kinds of attacks, but they are not infinite. They do not have an endless supply of ammunition. Each system holds a specific number of interceptors. Each missile is fired only once. When the last interceptor has been launched, the system is empty. It remains empty until it can be reloaded. That moment of emptiness is the moment of greatest danger. It is the moment the enemy has been waiting for. Patriot capacity, THAAD capacity, Aegis VLS numbers. However, not every cell holds a defensive interceptor. Missile defense is powerful. It is not infinite. The focus is often on the first wave. Interceptors succeed. Early kills. The danger seems managed. The real test is not the first missile, or the 10th, or even the 100th. This is the 101st missile. Not just another weapon, a strategic tool. Its power comes from timing, not warhead. It arrives when the shield is down. It exploits a temporary total vulnerability. This is not science fiction. It's core to military planning. They know systems like Patriot, THAAD, Aegis. They also know limitations. An attacker doesn't need a miracle missile. They need enough missiles to exhaust the defenses. The final missile meets no opposition. When a launcher is empty, it is not a simple matter to refill it. Reloading a modern air defense system is complex, time-consuming, and dangerous. You don't reload a Patriot like a rifle magazine. It is a major logistical operation that requires specialized equipment, trained crews, and a secure environment. You cannot reload under fire. This creates a critical period of vulnerability. For a system like the Patriot, reloading involves large trucks with cranes or specialized handling systems. These vehicles must carefully lift multi-ton canisters and guide them into the launcher. The crews must work with precision, connecting cables and ensuring each missile is seated correctly. Every step is governed by strict safety protocols. These are rockets filled with solid fuel and high explosives. A mistake during reloading can be catastrophic, endangering the crew and the entire battery site. 30 to 60 minutes minimum, under ideal conditions, to reload even a single launcher. Reloading an entire battery of multiple launchers takes much longer. These operations require a safe zone. Crews cannot handle explosive ordnance while enemy drones or missiles are overhead. The site must be sure the attack is over, or be protected by another layer. If the battle is still active, reloading may be impossible. This reality is a weapon for the attacker. Wave 1 drains interceptors. Then, there is a pause. During this pause, defenders face a terrible choice. The second wave is timed to hit the vulnerable reload window, catching defenders most exposed. You don't reload a Patriot like a rifle magazine. The missile hits its target. For naval forces, the challenge of reloading is even more acute. A warship at sea is essentially an island, an Aegis destroyer, an Aegis cruiser, capable of tracking hundreds of targets and engaging many simultaneously. It can defend itself and defend a carrier strike group. But once VLS cells are empty of interceptors, the defensive shield is gone. A warship in a combat zone cannot easily reload VLS cells. The process requires a protected harbor or a specialized supply ship, and large, heavy cranes. A delicate operation, not possible in rough seas or under threat. The ship must withdraw from the fight, sailing hours or days to reload. That leaves a hole in the defensive screen. Other ships must cover, straining their own magazines. The ship heading to reload is vulnerable. Its radar can still detect threats, but it has lost its primary weapon to stop them. It becomes a high-value target that can only see the punch coming, but cannot block it. The fleet's defensive posture is weakened. The ship becomes a radar ship, not a shield, like a sentry who sees the enemy approaching but has no weapon to fire. That forced withdrawal is a victory for the attacker, even if no ships are sunk. A destroyer that fires its last interceptor becomes a radar ship, not a shield. Saturation is not about overwhelming power. It's about timing the empty chamber. An intelligent adversary does not challenge a strong defense head-on. Instead, they seek to overwhelm it. This concept is known as a saturation attack. The goal is not necessarily to be too fast or too stealthy. The goal is to throw so many objects at the defense that it runs out of interceptors. The first wave is often composed of cheaper, less sophisticated weapons, slow drones, older missiles, and decoys. Do they fire a multi-million-dollar interceptor at a cheap drone? If they don't, a real threat may slip through. If they do, they use a valuable resource on a low-value target. After the first wave, the attacker waits. The pause is calculated, inside the vulnerability window. Then the second wave launches, the attacker's most capable and important weapons. This is the 101st missile, and all of its companions. They are timed to arrive when the defensive shield is at its thinnest. The first wave was the key that unlocked the door. The second wave is the one that walks through it. This strategy turns the defender's limited inventory into the central point of failure. The cost to defend is often far greater than the cost to attack. An economic war that drains interceptors and budgets. Recent public reports highlight undersupplied stockpiles and production scale problems. Building interceptors takes time, complex supply chains, specialized materials, skilled labor. In a major conflict, stockpiles can drain faster than factories can replenish. Layered defense helps, but it spreads finite shots across systems. A large, well-coordinated attack can aim to exhaust each layer in turn. The most dangerous missile is the one that arrives after the defense is empty. The most dangerous missile in a saturation attack is not the first. It's the one that arrives after the defense is empty.